It's your favorite Mushroomies, Kristen,
Michaela,
and Danielle.
And we're back for more. Round 2.
Hell yeah.
2.5.
3. Yeah.
Today we are excited to talk about our roommate experience, why we're roommates, what we love about it, what's been challenging, and yeah, just all the fun stuff in between. So excited.
Are we doing a check-in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, look at me. I forgot who we agreed. Was that you?
I think we should check in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check in with you.
Let's. Okay. No, I'm checking in with you.
Okay, check in with me.
Okay.
I'll check in with you in a second. So Danielle, for episode 2, how are you feeling today?
Today has been a really chill day. It's Sunday, so I'm just feeling, and it's been kind of gray and rainy. So I just haven't really wanted to do anything. I did my walk, I worked out, and I was like, all right, that's it. I did some cleaning. Honestly, I woke up really early. You know what? I feel good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a sense of like chill production.
Ooh, chill production.
Like that.
Like I'm feeling
we are
productive.
Chill production. That's how I feel.
I don't know. I'm just like feeling a sense of
We are chill production.
I like that. It's got a good sense.
No,
yeah,
it's cute. It's cute.
Or like, yeah, chill productive, I think is really what I meant. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been feeling, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a sense of this like subtle motivation. And yeah, I'm feeling good. Today's a good day. Yeah. How are you feeling, Kristen? Not you. We're not talking
We're tease. I'll do it short and sweet. Overall, I feel really good. I'm on my first full day of my moon, so just the heaviness of that. But less motivation than you, but still excited that we're all here for sure. So I feel better that we're all here.
And you didn't want to be here. Right?
No.
I don't think I
was
either.
about to tell
You didn't either?
Danielle and Michaela. I was waiting for Michaela to support me in this.
Yeah, I could feel the tension.
Moving it to another day, and Danielle really held it down for us.
Shout out Danielle. Shout out Danielle.
Shout out. We're all gonna play our role in that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
like someone's got to be the accountability buddy.
Yeah. So
Daddy Danielle.
Daddy Danielle stepped
doing
in
my
for this
best.
one.
All right, Michaela, what's up with you?
I honestly resonate with everything that you said. I'm really tired, lazy. I don't feel like doing a lot. I think my period's approaching as well. So I'm honestly just in the mood to like eat and sleep. I'm being fully
and sleeping today. We're looking.
Yeah, like straight chiller mode, like the sloth emoji is how I'm feeling today.
Ooh.
Yeah, we mounted our TV recently. So,
oh my God, we were watching the scariest show today.
Dahmer, Jeffrey
No.
Dahmer.
Yeah.
The
Danielle didn't like
serial
it very
killer
much.
one.
no.
She liked it.
No.
She won't admit it, but she was intrigued.
I was intrigued. I was just like, but I was horrified, and I think that's what they want.
I could like feel your
I was just like disgusted, and I was just like,
It's awful.
ugh.
But
it was like your uneasiness. You were just
yeah,
like,
you can feel that, right?
yeah.
I liked it.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys are both here. You showed up.
Danielle.
So good job. Made
This
it
is
to the
what
front
showing
room.
up looks like.
Made it to the front
Fully.
room. We put on some hats.
We put on some hats.
Except me.
Except
And
for
we're all in our
Michaela.
cute little-
I'm the one that's left
She's wearing
out.
an invisible hat.
Yeah.
It's
Magic
the
hat.
cutest. But yeah, so sometimes we feel funky, but it's necessary that we maintain consistency. So we're gonna do our best to maintain that for sure.
Cool.
Oh, and then something I want to touch on that is just going to flow into our conversation for today is like you mentioned the tension, with like not wanting to do anything or wanting to do something. Can you like speak to that? What do you mean by that? You just said that you felt, because she was like, I didn't want to do it, and then you're like, I also didn't want to do it.
Oh, I I could sense that like both of us weren't gonna say anything,
No.
but I could like energetically feel you leaning on me and being like, Michaela, speak the fuck
like
up.
I
speak the
basically
fuck
was
up.
sitting on top of Michaela, like waiting for her to be like, no, I don't want to
Like
be
me
there.
and you like weren't making eye contact,
No,
but I
we
could
wouldn't
just
look at each
feel it, and I knew you were like, Michaela.
If
come
Michaela
on.
said one word, I would have absolutely bowed out.
Yeah, and I think we have this
so
like
grateful for you not saying anything.
yeah.
I didn't. I was like, I'm not gonna be the one to say anything.
I'm really
Wow.
grateful for you both for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
shout
holding
out
it down.
to all of us. But well, I asked because I was curious. Well, not curious, but like we have a like a majority ruling in the house.
Ooh,
At least that like I feel
good,
right, really
So
good transition.
true.
Right. I don't know if we've ever specifically said like this is a rule, but
Totally
I mean I've
is.
always brought it up because I'm just like, if the two of you are into something that I'm not, like we're doing it, like whatever it is you guys want to do, because majority rules.
right? And none of us are
we're
tied.
Congress.
Like, oh, we need this, and this is guaranteed. And if we do, the other ones are usually like, okay,
Cool.
yeah.
I think we all have a very healthy ability to compromise.
I think it's being a big
Totally.
sister. I think because we're all big sisters.
Yeah,
we're
we
all
all-
big sisters.
We all do have the same.
We let our little
sisters the
sisters
same
have-
age, 21, 22.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
sister
Similar
energy for sure.
backgrounds.
It's the big sister energy. You're so
Yeah.
right. And we're also just like sisters, and we've learned a lot
Yeah.
from
Mm-hmm.
the kinds of sisters that we were growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that maybe like weren't the nicest. That'll be a good topic to talk about another
Big
time.
sisters.
Yeah.
Get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a note of that one for future topics.
Yes.
But yeah, like the majority rule, I think,
Is such a thing in our
Such
household.
a thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we all respect it. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Oh,
all
it's
right,
it's
yeah.
like a silent rule
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
just like, yep.
It's helpful though with things that, like, what do we use it with most often? Maybe
Like I feel like
Decorations?
decorations in the
Nice, yeah.
house
Yeah.
mainly, or like, yeah. When we were like choosing things when we first
Subtle
moved in, it was like,
furniture.
yeah, it was like, who likes this?
Yeah.
And if like it was, yeah.
it's a
one
really
person.
helpful way to narrow down and not take things personally, I think.
Yeah.
With deciding a lot of things.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other. I feel like I've mentioned it plenty of times. They're just like things that we want to do, like just like with hanging out or,
yeah, like, are we going to the beach or the park? And then two people are like, beach.
yeah, yeah.
Beach.
It
We're
works.
going on a sunset walk.
No, it
I love it.
And I love it.
So the first question that I have queued up for us is, how did we become roommates to begin with? Wait, can I backtrack really quick?
Yes.
Why are we even wanting to talk about roommates? Our name is Mushroomies, and I don't think we really touched on it in the first like mini episode that Kristen and I did. But like, why does our name have anything to do with roomies? Let's talk about that real quick.
Let's do it.
I mean, we're roommates, clearly. We're all living in a house together. And I think we weren't all expecting to live in a house together until it kind of happened very naturally.
Yeah.
And we automatically just all became this one room. We're roommates, you know, like this one thing of roommates. And it was never like, how is our friendship dynamic going to go? We just were roomies. And it was like a beautiful dynamic of roomies. No negative connotation at all. It's just been really natural. Yeah, that's why I call you guys my roomies. Like when I describe you guys to other people, I use your names, but I love talking about the three of us as roomies. 'Cause best friends doesn't cut it. Like my girlfriends, my sisters, like, you guys are my roomies. Like we live together. You're my family, my fam roomies.
Yeah. Fam roomies. But I mean, yeah, mushroomies.
cute.
We're literally a little family of mushrooms that live in a cute little mushroom cottage home.
And I feel like all of us, we all have in common that we just love mushrooms in general. Like we all, prior to even living together, we like came into this home and all had an obsession with mushrooms. So we definitely all bonded on that together, which was super cute.
Yeah. And we have a bunch of really cute mushroom decor. And
We literally have So I think if we were to count everything, I feel like it's probably like all of us combined, like in the 40s.
You'll see us in the Guinness
like
World
30s to
Records.
40s of how many like mushroom items we have.
I agree. It's helpful that they're also becoming trendy. So we're just seeing a lot of things everywhere. But okay, yeah. But how did we become? What is our origin story?
Well,
Who met first?
Well, technically, you guys
we-
knew of each other first,
Kristen
right?
and I went to high school together, but we never really talked to each other. I thought you were too cool for me.
I was. What year were you?
You were 1 year older
Year
than me,
younger.
but I was like always girl crushing on your friend group in high school. I
My friend
remember.
group was not the nicest, but not intentionally. We just
You guys were just
didn't
like
get along
trendy
with
and
other
cute.
people,
Yeah.
so
So
we
you're just super exclusive?
stuck towards
They were
each
super
other.
exclusive for sure.
And you guys weren't like your cheerleaders,
But
right?
we felt other groups were exclusive, and we were nervous to talk to other people, which is why we stuck to each other.
Of course, that's
You know what
high
I mean?
school. That's like
Yeah,
the whole
high
point of
school's so
exclusivity and
cool.
tribalism. That's literally.
But it's funny that you say that because like I knew you based off of my guy friends, like you and Morgan both, honestly.
Yeah.
Shout out. I don't know if I should say your name, but I think she'll get it. But I knew you guys because of my guy friends, and I always thought you were cool. But you know the girl rule when you're younger. If they're not your friends and they're girls, it's like I don't know if I should talk to you.
Yeah,
like I'm
like,
not gonna make the first move. I'm
It's not
scared.
very like approachable.
It's not
Yeah.
very approachable.
Yeah.
But I'm really grateful that we didn't.
Yeah, I
meet in
honestly,
high
I don't
school.
think you would have liked me in high school.
I don't think I would have.
Now that I think of it, like I really don't think you would have liked me.
I don't think you would have.
I don't think I would have liked you.
Yeah, I don't think either of you guys would have liked me.
I think we would have been like.
I was like the girl with like the Tory Burch
Destructive.
sandals and like
Yeah.
the long chomp and super preppy.
Yeah.
It's a
Little
blessing.
bratty bitch.
So
Yeah.
okay, we knew each other. We
Yeah.
were
Right.
high school friends, kind of acquaintances.
Yeah.
And then we both went to different colleges.
Yeah.
We both graduated from college, got
But-
real jobs, kind of.
Well, in between then, we were like running into each other at music festivals.
So we had very similar interests.
yeah,
with music.
yeah.
and
Like during
and
college, we like figured that out.
totally.
Yeah.
And did you follow each other on Instagram?
Yeah,
We stayed connected through social media, which is something super cool.
yeah.
Because
out
how
social
else?
media.
Yeah, we saw each other like transform into our new personalities, basically.
yeah.
So yeah, we would run into each other at festivals, and of course, be a little on some type of influence that allowed us to be like, "Hey, I know you." Because when you're in a sea of strangers and you see a familiar face, it's exciting no matter who it is.
100%.
And Michaela was always super sweet, and it was always just like a cute little like, "Hey, bye," and we would just like romp around back into the forest with our friends.
around.
But then, post college, I went to travel around, and Michaela was wanting to travel or just leave her job.
Yeah, I quit my full-time gig.
And thankfully, she felt inspired to reach out. I don't even know. I don't even fully remember.
I think I like reached out to you on Instagram and you were like, here's my WhatsApp.
Yeah, I was just so eager to talk to people
Yeah.
about something new that I was experiencing for the first time. And your eagerness got me excited, and I was just like, oh my God, yay.
Yeah.
So when I got back from traveling, I reached out to Michaela and I was like, let's hang out. Like, we have very similar interests. And so we did. And then we bonded over yoga and absolutely everything. And then Michaela decided to go get her yoga teacher training. And for some fucking reason, I wanted to too. And I was like, I'm going to go do that.
Yeah, because we were planning on doing it the same exact one at the same exact time, but then timing didn't really
Right.
align.
Right. And again, grateful.
Yeah. I think we both needed to have like our own separate experiences without knowing
Totally.
anyone.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we each went to the same training at different times, and I was in Costa Rica post training, trying to stay there. Right?
I was
when
looking
you
at
go
these
to a new
WhatsApp
place
messages the other day.
and you're like, I'm gonna move
Oh, we
here.
should post a screenshot of
Yeah,
that.
we
That's
totally
cute.
should.
Oh,
Those were
my
super
God.
cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like oh my gosh, it was
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, it'll be right here.
Honestly,
Right.
I wish I could go back in our text messages to see like,
It's
hey,
on
are you
Insta,
trying
I
to
think.
move? Are you trying to move to St. Pete? Yeah, but we'll
Dude.
get to that.
It's actually insane how this whole thing worked
I know.
out. It's So
Cute.
I call Michaela. I think I called you in Costa Rica, and I'm like bawling. 180, full 180. I was going to move there, and then I'm just going to be dramatic and say I was homeless. And I had nowhere to sleep. It was really bad. It was really bad. We'll talk about that another time. But I called Michaela and was like, I'm coming home now. Like, I'm absolutely coming home. But I'm not staying in Orlando where we're both living with our parents. Like, I have to
All of us were living with our parents before this.
That is such a good detail.
After living outside of the home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we all have had roommate experiences. We're living with our parents because of COVID and so many other things. And I told Michaela, I was like, I'm coming back to the States. I'm coming home, but I'm not coming back to Orlando. Like, I'm going to St. Pete, and you should come with me.
Yeah.
And I think you'll love it.
And I had like never even really visited St. Pete either. And I was like so on board. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
So this was like February.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was when you were in Costa Rica.
This was March.
Okay. And so then we were talking at the exact same time at this point.
Danielle and I were talking. So my thought process, but the whole experience, I was like, I can't move out unless if I have roommates. And the only people at the time, the only person I was considering living with was Michaela. I didn't know you wanted a roommate or needed a roommate. Danielle and I are conversing about yoga because that's what the vibe is after we're all getting our training like nearly at the same time.
Yeah, literally.
So we're talking about our training as Michaela and I are doing our training, and Danielle's like, I want to move to St. Pete. Like, I'm going to move to St. Pete.
I was living in Clearwater. I was honestly splitting my time. Are we talking about like where we're living? Is that a big deal?
Yeah.
Maybe you can bleep it out, but whatever.
Yeah, I already said it a lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was living in Clearwater. I was living in Clearwater, and splitting my time between Clearwater and Fort Myers. But my whole social life was in St. Pete, so I was like, who do I know who I can be roommates with? So I reached out.
And
to Kristen.
Danielle and I were planning to live with each other prior to this.
Literally 2 years.
2 years ago, and it didn't.
2 years ago.
Pan out. We did other things.
Yeah.
And then it was full circle, and now we're here.
Totally full circle.
But they didn't know each other. They had never met. They've never met. And both of us individually were talking about moving to St. Pete and also potentially being roommates. And all of us had the combined intention of saving money, and we knew we could do that if we lived together.
Yeah.
And I just, after knowing you guys and being with you two and just communicating with you two, I knew you would communicate well with each other, and I knew there wouldn't be any quote issues.
Yeah, that was impressive on your part.
I really trusted it.
You really
trusted
it. I remember you telling
basically
me about
formed it.
Michaela and just being like, you're gonna love her. And I was like,
oh yeah, I knew.
And then
you
I
guys
found
would.
her Instagram, or you sent me her Instagram, and I was like, she's really cute. I think I will. I think you're right. Yeah, and then I think we literally FaceTimed once.
Yeah.
To just like talk about
Our
rooms
needs.
and our needs, and just specific boundaries and what we were looking for or like what we
started
just
off
wanted.
with clarity, bro.
Yeah,
Immediate.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But so that's your guys' origin story, and then kind of how I blended. But like you and I, ours was also really interesting, and honestly, shout out Orlando, because like
Shout out Orlando.
that's the whole reason why I know you, because
Why shout out Orlando?
because she was really close to my ex, and and then also
a few of your close friends.
Yeah, super
and my
close
friends
friends.
were friends.
we're all friends. Yeah. And so I went to FSU with like a bunch of
Connections.
people that Kristen knew from freaking high school, and just like her whole life living
Even
in
now.
Orlando. Yeah. And even all of our circles are just how they cross over.
We kind of had a similar situation though, where we weren't really friends when we first
No,
met.
and we were
Didn't
just
really
festival,
vibe.
and we were just
were
like
just-
You guys didn't
festival.
vibe?
It wasn't
people.
like we didn't,
Well-
but we weren't gonna go hang out with just each other. We were not gonna go like.
No,
It just wasn't like
not
that.
It was like a
quite.
group type of friendship, like
Yes.
social setting, concert.
Yeah.
Like
And it was more so because of one of my close friends from high school was living here, and because of festivals, and because she met you and your roommates at that time at a festival, then they're like, and she was like, oh, I live in St. Pete, and then you guys were like, oh, we live in St. Pete. So then you guys became friends, and then so it was just like all these different, like just like the network,
the network
dude,
is
mushrooms,
insane, just
the
weird.
Yeah, it all
mycelium
ties back
network
to
of
it.
people. And like our whole thing of just the purpose and the theme of this podcast is all about connection and relating. And it's so important to talk about the origin story because it's because of the most weird connections that we have all come together and how we all became friends. It's so cool. I'm just like realizing
and how we've come to this spot now. Like thinking
this
of
very moment.
This very moment. It's insane to think about.
Yeah.
I did not think.
Yeah. No. But I think so you and I had a relationship on Instagram basically. That's what it was. Of just like being like, "Oh my god, you're cute, you're cute." And then then me and like my best friend at the time, and then you and your best friend we were like, "Hey, let's go to Halloween. Like, let's go to music festival." And it was like just a quad. It was
four
just
gals.
the four of us.
We really did it, right?
And it was the coolest experience ever. Well, also like
go to festivals with just your girls.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Halloween too.
See you there.
But and then that's when we're like, "Oh my god, we're in love."
Yeah.
And then
immediately
we're in love. Yeah. And then we were in like, we socialized with like some other people too, obviously. Like we had a bigger group. Right. But then it was that New Year's Eve of 2019.
Where you and I specifically
and then it was like, that was our, like our most intimate time together that we had. And really I had this picture of, we need to post it. We'll post it on the account. No, we'll post it on the Instagram.
You guys hugging the tree?
Us hugging the tree.
Wait, yeah, I really
cute.
do love that photo.
Oh my god,
so cute and wholesome. It's so fucking cute.
It really
and like
prefaced
we're in this
our whole
vibe. Literally. Oh my god, like mushrooms on a tree.
We're little
like
reishi.
That's literally it. Oh my god. Yeah, and then we went to another festival together. Tranquility. And that even
bond
like
over
set
bond
the foundation
over
even
bond.
like yeah.
Yeah.
And then
but we were always friends of friends. And
always.
That's why we liked each other.
Right.
And yeah, that New Year's was really a beautiful time for us to like
we were
actually
like, oh, we love each other.
Just us by ourselves. We were like, this is fun. You're cool.
Yeah.
This was after college.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah, because this was December 2019. Yeah, so
life gets real after college.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my life.
You meet more friends after college. Real, don't get scared.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like I had more friends in college.
Oh, never mind.
I mean,
like different situations. You know? Yeah.
I was a lonely college girl.
You were a lonely girl.
Yeah. I was a stoner.
Some things never change. Some things never change.
Yeah. But yeah, so and then circle back to then what Kristen talked about how we all reconnected on just the fact that we all wanted to live here. And then we can kind of segue into I think that's origin story.
Little rundown.
And then one of the other questions that I have are, what are some difficult conversations we've had, or just like what has the experience been like with establishing boundaries in our relationship?
Can I ask something before, which we'll kind of get into that?
Yeah.
For you guys specifically, because we mentioned how like you didn't know each other before, and you guys FaceTimed, and you didn't officially meet until we were in the house. Isn't that right?
Oh,
isn't that right?
Yeah. 100%.
So how do you guys? Can you like describe how that was, and how were you nervous? Did you just trust it? Were you like gonna figure it out? Like, how did you feel about that, and how do you feel about it now?
So, to answer your question, I was definitely nervous to meet you the first time. I don't know why. I just was. I was like, oh my God, I'm living with this person I've never met before.
Have you ever had to do that before?
I was impressed.
No, that was my first time.
Oh, I've done that.
I've always met the person before. I like signed the lease or whatever. Like that's kind of how it was in college at UF with my 2 random roommates. But I was definitely a little bit nervous, but I also had like a deep trust in knowing Kristen wouldn't set me up like to be in like a shitty living situation, and nor
I was gonna be here. Yeah. So like if you
guys
were gonna get along, I was gonna be in the middle of it.
And my first impression of you, I thought you were like so cute and bubbly and funky, and you were super like welcoming and warm. Yeah. Like there was no like sense of like judgment or like, oh shit, like this is who I'm living with, you know? And I feel like it definitely took us a little bit to like warm up to each other, but that's just like with any friendship.
Remember that.
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just like figuring out each other's like vibe and like connecting on certain things. You know what I mean? Just like when you first meet someone, it's not like you're just like, I don't know.
This is where my memory is like a little fuzzy. Cause I don't remember.
I do.
Well, you guys immediately jumped into
I trust you.
night conversations until 2 a.m.
No, that's dude, the first time that we fucking met, I was like, oh, I need to go. But then we sat and we talked for like 40 minutes.
Where
or like
did you
an
need
hour.
to go?
Because I was like still moving stuff and remember, and I was just like, oh shit, I need to be doing something. But we dropped in on like super deep existential conversation. Like we talked to like all these people that we knew of the same people.
You're right.
And
we
then,
did have like so
it
many
went
things to
super
relate
deep.
on.
And then, cause I remember calling, and I think I was like, I sent you an audio message right after, or when I talked to Madeline, one of our other friends, my sister, and was telling her like, dude, oh yeah, I think it definitely was Madeline. And I was like, dude, Michaela is cool as fuck. Like we literally just talked for so long. It worked out so great. Yeah, no, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking vibe for sure. Because we got to talk about music, people that we knew. I think we talked about drugs. Like we talked about like music festivals, like events, like school. We talked about like family. Like we got really deep really quickly, and it was just like, I like her. Yeah, it was really great. Yeah, my whole thing was a trust thing fully.
Yeah,
I mean, like you seem super cool, but it was totally being like, if Kristen loves her, then
bro.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I knew you guys would relate on was your ease in conversating with strangers. Like the two of you both have that power for sure. Yeah, so I knew that was going to be natural, but now that it's literally transforming into this, it's like it's crazy.
I did not anticipate this at all.
It's so sweet.
So much greater than any of my dreams.
Yeah, like if I'm like looking back on a year ago, it's funny because I don't know if you guys remember, but this morning at the kitchen table, I brought out like one of my like old journals because I wanted to see what like was going on a year ago for me. And it's just crazy looking back on that time because I'm like,
oh shit, a year ago.
Yeah, like a year ago, even though that was like not that long ago, like so much has fucking changed in that last year. Like I was living at home. I just quit my full-time job like a year ago. I had no idea where it was going to take me. So that's what I was like reading back on that today. And I was like, wow, shit has really changed. Just like, a lot of shifts.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say in the beginning, like when we were all just talking, like you were not that sold on like staying in St. Pete for like a prolonged period of time.
Michaela, tell them how long you wanted to be here.
Yeah, I remember when we were originally looking for leases, I was like, can we find like a 9-month one? Like
6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
She wanted to say 6 months. Danielle and I were willing to take on the whole year and find another roommate or pay for the house.
Yeah, that's how.
And now how long do you want to stay, Michaela?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I thought I wanted to stay like 3 to 4 years, but I'm definitely thinking like 2.
2 still.
Yeah.
That's a big old jump.
Yeah,
way more than 6 months.
But still,
way more
I
than
think
6.
that's all. That was all of us.
Yeah,
we were all expecting like, okay, a year, maybe not Danielle,
but
originally like.
Oh yeah, I anticipated. Also, I went into this realizing like, oh, these bitches might just like book it to Bali or like book it to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Or
I was like, what am I getting myself involved with?
I was a little worried. I was like, Dad. I was like talking to my dad. I was like, Dad, like
these are flakes.
This could.
Oh my God, we would never do that to you.
She knows.
Well, I mean, like, and I gave you guys the freedom. I obviously like we would figure it out. And there's plenty of cool people in this town. It could be figured out if that opportunity was to present itself. I wouldn't want to hold you guys back on any of that stuff. I was like, you guys are just so free and like little world travelers, and so 100%. The option is still always open.
That's
obviously,
so funny that you had that conversation with your dad. You're like, wait, Dad,
like,
what the fuck am I getting myself into?
Just FYI, it may get
that.
yeah,
nervous too.
Yeah, that's my only concern. Other than that,
well,
we're
who's
all
like
homies.
Danielle? You're like the main person on the lease, right?
No, we're all equal.
Okay.
We all have equal liability on that. So you're not totally,
Yeah.
but people could still like live here. It would just be like if they fucked us over, then
Yeah.
your name would be on it. Yeah.
Details.
Yeah. All right, but circling back, so establishing boundaries. Let's just touch on that. That'll be our final question and topic to discuss. But yeah, how has it been establishing boundaries with each other? And I'm just like having to have any kind of confronting or difficult conversations.
So for me, at least, a specific situation or conversation doesn't come to mind.
Yeah, same. I can't think of a time where any of us have really gotten into like an altercation.
Oh, no.
Or
that
like,
has
is there something that reminds you guys of like strong emotions that have come up that's like been like...
Well, I can share in terms of like difficult conversation and like establishing boundaries. Yeah. I have just naturally in my life have had a very difficult time establishing any kind of boundaries with anyone or just telling people like, hey, I don't like this. Can you maybe put some effort into not doing it? Have never been able to have that
being
kind of
heard
healthy
and
conversation
too, though, from the
right.
other
I've
person.
never felt
Safety.
safe in that manner in any kind of relationship, friendships. Like I've had a very difficult time establishing boundaries. But the first thing was the Berkey. So we have a Berkey filter and it's just like this,
we're hydrated
this like,
girlies.
yes, we love our clean water. But it's just like this like cylindrical, oh my God, the rose. Yes, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, it's just this water filter that we have to fill a pitcher of constantly. And
it's like a Brita, but outside of the fridge.
Yeah, outside of the fridge.
And we all know if you've had roommates how the Brita situation goes.
Yes.
And nothing needs to be said.
And then that fucking...
So true, the Brita. Send us a picture of your Britas in your fridge.
Oh,
and like,
please.
And I know that there's someone in your... this goes out to all the people who are roommates.
And guys, that little sink thing that we have whenever we like twist the knob and it just
fucking blows up.
Honestly,
I think Kristen may have kind of fixed it a little bit, but I just go really easy. I just go really easy into it.
Soft and slow, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the Brita situation. I know there's just a type of person that will always fill a Brita. Like when you even go to people's houses, or you will never fill someone's Brita.
And
you'll
that's
just put it in
whatever
fucking
you
empty.
are, but you know what you are and don't lie about it. It's just what you are.
Yeah. The Brita doesn't lie.
All right. About our Berkey.
So the Berkey. So I had noticed like, okay, every time I come to the Berkey, it's empty. And I was just like observing. I was like, whatever, it's not a big deal. But then I was just observing for like a little while, and I was like, who is filling up their bottle? Who's filling up their bottle and then just walking away? We all have big we all have like
Danielle quietly observing.
Yeah, that's where I'm just like, who do I need to? Does this
who do I need to assess this situation with?
Does this need to be like a
respect?
Hey guys,
though. Don't just always like if you have something to say, don't just run to your roommates and be like, this needs to be fixed. Like, figure out, is it you? Is it your roommates? Like, you did well. I appreciate that.
and I think it started with like a, hey guys, can we just remember to fill the Berkey every time? Every time that we, fill our water bottles. Because it's just like once an entire liter is taken out of it, it's like we need to fill up a pitcher.
And
it's a backstop
to wait for fresh water when you're thirsty. Like nobody likes that.
I know you have a story of that from a past experience. But then I noticed like, okay, so that didn't shift the behavior of the water filter enough. So I think I need to.
That didn't click in someone's head.
And I think
Can you guess who fills it?
Yeah, may have gone over someone's head. But and then there's one day I think literally Michaela had just finished filling her water bottle. I'm like, Michaela, do you fill this? Like, do you fill this water filter? And she's like, I don't know. I forgot like exactly how you responded to that, but I was like,
probably nonchalantly.
Can you be more conscious about like filling the water? You're like, oh yeah, 100%.
And I think since then, it's been ingrained in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a way to, just like classic like roommate situations like that to approach it. And I think like I'm best approachable with those types of things if you're like light and playful with it, not so like do this.
Attacking.
Yeah, like a hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do this?
Yeah. And it was like funny the way you did it. And I was like,
Yeah.
shit, like I'm a piece of shit. I need to do that. Like I was like, for sure. Like, and now every single time I fill up my water, I'm like, okay,
Almost,
like
yeah.
grab
I
the
don't.
pitcher,
She's
go
very
to the
conscious
sink.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you are.
Yeah.
So I commend you for that. And I definitely would show you like affirmation after that. I'd be like, thank you for doing
Yeah,
that.
you would.
Yeah.
And that's important too when discussing things that you want change from or that you need to set boundaries with. Recognition when somebody follows through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
acknowledgement.
And
is
acknowledgement,
really
yes.
important, really important for sure.
So
yeah, it's like the reinforcement, literally like a
Reinforcement.
animal. We're animals. Like we
and who
we need
doesn't
that.
like praise? Once you're doing something well
Yeah.
and you've changed your behavior because you know it makes the other person feel better and helps you eventually feel better. It feels good to be told thank you or great job or like that feels good.
Yeah. And then the last thing was the dishwasher of like just asking Kristen
To not put
to put food
Well,
in the
tell
dishwasher.
about okay, that too. We'll definitely discuss that.
literally
But
full
for the
spoons with
Berkey-
peanut butter.
Bro, I would put like the whole bowl of
Whole
peanut
bowl.
butter.
Whatever. We're like, where does that food go, Kristen? And she's like, I've never really thought about it. It's like, yeah,
What food?
it just gets nasty.
But the Berkey situation, it went from one extreme of not filling it all to the other extreme of right.
After I told like when
So
I just addressed the home.
First, Danielle addressed the home. Then she addressed Michaela specifically, and then it got to the point where I was overfilling it so much that it was
you did
spilling
overflow it, like,
out
multiple
Yeah.
times.
onto the floor.
Yeah.
And Danielle was like, "It does overflow." And now every time I fill it up, I check it because I was unconsciously just filling it up because
It's like
I
we
had
didn't know. You guys
PTSD
didn't know. Yeah.
from my own personal Brita experience. But yeah, it was so comfortable and casual when you like. I didn't feel any type of way other than I want us all to have water when we want water. Like we all had a common goal. Like we just wanted to have the water left the way that we would want it left. Like there was
and like not wanting to bother or like
Yeah.
you know fuck with anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't want to upset anyone.
Respect. Just hearing the other person out.
And that's one thing that I do really appreciate about this household is how there's no passive like aggression at all, because I have lived with so
Girls
many
in
people
general.
The notes
and not being
girls are
able
so
to communicate like these simplest fucking things.
Don't
Just-
ignore it.
It
Bring
just
it up.
it doesn't make sense in my mind, and I feel like that is also such an important thing to consider when you're choosing roommates, is like everyone's communication style. Like, are you guys open? Are you a little bit closed off? Are you passive aggressive? Like, how do you take feedback? Like, these are all
How do you
such
take
important
feedback?
things.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
Because my college roommates, like we definitely had a difficult time communicating, and I feel like I was always like the peacemaker and and it's difficult living with people who like aren't peacemakers as well. And I feel like this entire household, like we just want everything to be light and playful and
We want as much
fun.
love.
Like we
it's
don't
straightforward.
any sort of tension we avoid at all times, and there's never even been a situation where
We've
there's
been
been
living
tension.
with each other for how long? 5 months? Almost 5 months.
I think 4. Are we going
Almost
on 5?
Almost 5. There
Guys,
has not
we're already
been
halfway
one.
through our lease. That's so sad.
not
Sorry.
yet. We're
Well,
not.
yeah, but
halfway
next
yet.
month it'll be.
Because it was like mid-May, and we're
Okay.
already we're about to be in October.
And I feel like our communication's only getting better.
Yeah,
I've never felt so heard, so listened to, so able to express and feel my emotions of all kinds. You've seen it all, truly.
we've seen the full spectrum of each of us.
The
All
full
of us,
spectrum,
for
even
sure.
anger, and like it hasn't been anger towards the two of you. It's been anger within myself that's respected by the two of you, which in the past, specifically the emotion anger, hasn't been. So like, it's just the safety, so much safety.
Yeah,
so
I
much
feel
safety.
so safe in this
So
house.
held. Yeah, but you're right. Like it's the communication style, and I mean, we started off with communicating like, what do we want in this like roommate experience, or like what
We did do that.
Like, oh yeah, what are our pet peeves? That was a question that I asked on our first conversation. It was
I forgot about that.
like
Wait, we need to go back in our group chat.
Honestly, like I
has-
might have a note. I might have a note in my phone that has like questions to ask. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but we definitely need to go literally in the very beginning of the group text.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how we communicate.
We should.
Then.
Oh
We
my
should
god, I'm
totally-
so curious. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
We changed so
that'd be
much.
so
It's
fun.
So fun.
I don't know why I haven't been taking notes like during. It makes so much sense. And like
Yeah.
putting like time marks, so like when we talk about good stuff and being like bing, and then we can easily go and clip it.
Genius.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
super
smart.
cool.
And remember when we were like, yeah, we'll only do like a 20-minute or 30-minute, like we'll do a
Right.
short one today.
Right.
And we're already almost at freaking 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just like working out. We're just like,
Natural.
you don't want to do it. And then once you're in it, you're like, fuck, I'm here. Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was going to flow and happen. So go team.
Respect. Go
Um,
team. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gratitude.
Shout out.
And that's we always recognize each other. Like that is always a constant. It never feels,
Yeah.
it's just a constant recognition and appreciation for ourselves and for each other.
Bro, we hit all 5 love languages in this house.
Say them.
This is just like a full
Wow,
on
we
house of
do.
love, because not only do we hug each other all the time, which is
Yeah.
literally the
Yeah.
best. Yeah, we literally hug each other
Scratches.
all the time. It's
It
awesome.
You're
feels
giving
so
me back
good to
scratches
touch each
before this.
other.
Yeah, or like
never
we'll do like a
cuddled
head
with my
massage thingy,
Yeah.
or
So
yeah,
physical
Toys.
touch.
yeah. And then
Words
we'll
of
always
affirmation.
constant
Oh,
words of
that one's
affirmation.
always.
That's
I
very
feel like that's the one
present.
that we do the most.
Yeah, gifts, like getting each other flowers,
Notes.
Little
notes.
pictures. Oh my god.
fucking
yeah.
Or like when we go on a trip and come back,
Yeah.
and like,
Like your yoga
brings-
teacher training.
Yeah,
And
and like when I went to
chocolate.
Michigan, I
Mm.
brought you guys back stuff. Oh yeah, it's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
And then acts of service, like we're constantly just doing things for each other, like for the
Dishes,
home, but like for each other.
house. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll all individually get like household things that are random but super cute, like fucking detergent or like mop cleaner that smells good and reminds us of like homes, like little things that
That's
are
a
just
that's a
sweet
2 out of
that-
3 thing. That's a
Right.
2 out of 3.
Yeah,
We'll
Danielle
get
didn't
back
on that.
approve of my
not
But I
fabuloso
appreciated that.
What's it called? Fabuloso.
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso smells so good.
I'll use that this
Yeah.
week to make it better. But yeah, little things.
I can't say anything. 2 out of 3. You know? You guys love it.
Good
Example A.
That's it. That's it. It's been decided.
2 more.
Yes, and then
Quality time.
Ooh,
We
that
spent
one.
so much quality
That's
time
why
with
we're
each
here.
other.
We spent too much.
That's literally
Yeah.
why we started this podcast, is because we have like the best conversation
Best quality
during our
time.
quality time. So
Yeah.
Mm.
And then what is the 5th one? So
Shit.
physical touch, gifts. Oh, gifts. Wait, we talked about
We
that. Wait, I
already
think we
did
hit all of
gifts.
them.
Words of
Quality time, words of
affirmation.
affirmation, acts of service. We hit them all.
acts of service.
was 5.
Yeah.
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 Because we do things for each other. And, you know, it's just so great because the love languages, even though like the actual test is like, oh, yeah, this is your distribution. Like your 37% quality time, 33% words of affirmation, whatever. But whenever you can like just stack them on top of each other, like just
In
this
the
love
moment.
sandwich. Yeah. Because
Love
every time like you
sandwich.
you take the garbage out, like always. I don't know how it always ends up being like that. I'm like, damn it. I
don't
Do you take it
recognize
out?
Yeah,
that.
no,
Do you take
I
it out?
honestly, I'll take it out every here and
It's
there.
very random.
But
I don't feel like
Rare.
I'm the only
but
person
I feel
taking
like,
it out.
yeah,
Oh, really?
Kristen, you
No.
always get to the trash before me. And
If
I'm
it's full, I will take it out.
Yeah.
Just because, and it's funny because at home, that's something my parents always ask me to do, and I would never do it. But when it's my home, I'm not going to shove food in something that's full. I don't know. It's specific, but it's funny
Interesting.
that you guys say that because my parents would be like, that's not true.
Yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, but always recognizing, being like, hey, thank you for taking out the trash, or thank you for taking out those boxes, or like thank you for doing the dishes. Like you emptied out the dishwasher today. Thank you.
Yeah, and it
Noticed.
feels
Thank
so
you.
even. Like
Yeah, it
when
does.
I'm like, okay, I don't want to do the dishwasher right now, but I'm going to because I know my roommates will do it when they don't want to. Like
Yeah.
it's such a non-spoken equality that it just flows so easily. It's really nice.
It's like our mini community.
It's
that works-
ease.
yeah, works really
Yeah.
well. How do you feel about like mowing the lawn? Because you're the only
Okay,
person who
so
tends to the lawn.
we
How
call
are you feeling
Danielle
about that?
Daddy Danielle
Yeah.
because
I don't know how to operate a
she
lawnmower, so.
also, okay, my dad gave us a lawnmower to use. So I'm the only one who like learned how to use it. And I'm sure you guys would be able to figure it out. But the point is my
I know,
dad
but-
specifically taught me how to use it before I brought it over here. So I have just been mowing the lawn and I love it. I kind of like the idea of like focusing on the outside and like, not that you guys only focus on the inside, but it feels good to like, I don't know, be outside and it's like a little project.
Yeah. I feel like you enjoy it too. Like
I do
genuinely
enjoy it.
Like I remember I asked you, I was like, oh, are you gonna work out today?
I
And
could
you were
not
like,
find time to do that.
I'm gonna mow the lawn.
I'm gonna mow the fucking lawn. And I don't know.
Yeah, you're
I've
also
never
Daddy
used
Kristen.
yeah, I'm outside.
What am I?
Outside daddy. We're figuring it out.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
I think you're definitely more the mommy than either of us.
I think I'm the baby.
You're growing out of your baby.
You're the baby, but you know, I
stage.
don't want us to establish this like relationship dynamic of like.
I feel like I can do
take care of
both.
you or do stuff for you. Like,
yeah, no, but
no.
it's not like that. I don't think.
No.
I don't
we all
feel
take
that
care of
way.
each other.
Yeah.
Right. And I can see how the baby, like what associates baby to you? I know baby voice, but besides that.
Yeah, that was literally just about to do it. I like got like my face on.
Because I'm like, wait a second.
I don't know what establishes what makes baby in my mind.
Well, you know what you do that's very mom of you is like, what have you eaten? Have you eaten dinner yet?
You even
Have
referred to
you know,
yourself
like-
as peacemaker. Like that's very
Yeah.
mom. You're
Yeah.
you're so neutral. I hope you're taking that in a good way.
Yeah, yeah.
But like Danielle and I
Incredibly
can
supportive.
come into the house. I hope you also take this in a good way. And we can easily persuade emotion. Like, oh, we're hype, like get on our level. We're sad, not sad, but like you can feel it. You can feel it. Whereas Michaela, you can, but you're easily able to like neutralize whatever is going on.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to fully
Interesting.
describe that, but the word neutralize comes up.
Well, because she's so chill.
And it's not because we have the capability for sure, but for Michaela specifically, it's just like immediate. Like it just is something I feel, and I feel like that's really motherly of you.
Yeah.
In a household specifically.
And the support. Like you're like the level of support that you offer is really special.
Never judging.
And it's very like mom. It's very like, oh, like how was your day? Like just always being super
asking how you are.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, dude, you're a freaking mom. I
I'm
don't
the
know.
mommy.
I don't know what your dad vibe is yet, but like
I don't think I carry much dad energy, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that.
Yeah, I honestly,
We'll
I
have
don't
to
really carry much
pay
dad energy.
Not
attention
yet.
to that. Yeah, not yet.
We'll
teach
see.
you how to
I
be
feel
a
like
daddy.
both of you guys can do both, though.
Daddy.
Yeah, both of you guys can definitely do both.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
we
go
should go
back
into
and forth
zodiac
with
signs another time, and that'll explain a lot.
Oh, wait, another thing that I did want to touch on. Our household is also so balanced because we have an earth, a water, and a fire. Like as our sun signs.
Yeah.
And we also have all three of those like elements in our big three,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
feel like is just a good balance of everything.
Yeah,
Super.
but it's really wild. Like even if you think astrology is bullshit, or you know you believe in like the sidereal or the Western, like there's just a bunch of different philosophies of astrology, but it's still weird how balanced we constantly are. It's wild to me, but it just
So
that's where it's just like, can we like the fact that those things correlate? Like I don't know if we could say like that's definitely the cause, that's the reason why it works so well, but
It's fun to recognize.
certainly helps.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely does help.
I think it definitely helps because there is this energy that each of us carries,
Yeah.
you know, with different aspects of our personality that just really work. But, I mean, I think that's pretty great. 48. I mean, we didn't
Any
really
more
touch too much on the boundaries. Like, so we talked about how I've had to confront you guys with a couple of like just things of just like, I don't really like this. Can we, you know, do that? And I mean, even like Kristen with her boundaries, they're not really as spoken as me having to like confront like them about, you know, things that, you know, can we do differently in the house? But you have just very healthy boundaries in terms of like, okay, I'm like, you guys are going to stay out here talking, like I'm going to go to bed. And it's like this very much thing. And like us not being
I can't
upset.
do that if like the conversation's good. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Because when you say the word boundary, I immediately think of things that I will and won't accept, and that is something that changes for me. It doesn't seem like to you guys because most of the time that I do go to bed, but it does change.
Yeah.
Thank you. But Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So I go to bed early.
Yeah,
And
she's a little koala.
She's a baby too.
It definitely has, a lot to do with a lot of different things, but I love my sleep. And I was in a huge routine before I moved in with you guys. So it was really natural for me to be like, I'm going to bed. But I absolutely had FOMO immediately. As soon as I would go into my bed, if I heard either of you laugh, I'd roll over.
I know.
Because I'm like, shit, I want to be out there, but I will not be a nice person in the morning. I just like, or I won't enjoy myself in the morning, and I'd much rather enjoy myself. So that was just, that's a personal boundary, I think, more than anything. But
and you recognize that about yourself, so like you make it a consistent thing every single day.
But you guys have made it comfortable for me to express those quote boundaries.
Yeah.
Like
because your family's giving you shit about
even
that,
my
right?
own family, when I go to bed at 9:30, 10, they'll literally be like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, of course you're going to bed. Like make me feel guilty about getting the right amount of sleep. And I get it, because like, I want to hang out. I want to be with you. I want to spend time with. That's their way of saying I want to spend time with you. And I miss you. But it's also my way of respecting my own boundaries and my health and what feels good for me. So it feels, although I have FOMO with you guys, I have this level of safety of being able to do those things. And it allows me to stay more firm in those boundaries and create more free time in my life and all of the above.
Or even like when you come home from work. Like, I know she just like wants to go to bed. Like, she doesn't need to be, because there's definitely some people who are like, if you don't ask me how my day was, like my younger sister, like she will be really upset if you don't ask her like how her day was. And so, sometimes I'm like I can tell your energy is just like, put this away, go shower, go to bed. And just like, she'll still give us like hugs goodnight, but like it doesn't seem like you want to be asked like, so how was work? How was your day? Like, it very much seems like I'm coming in my own energy. I want to say in my own energy, I love you. Peace.
Yeah.
So when I lived with roomies before, I've had this job for a while. I've been in the service industry for literally 9 years, going on 9 years.
Holy shit.
And thank you. Shout out. I lived with roomies before while in the same job at Fresco's server, and I would come home after an 8-hour shift of talking to people all day, being exhausted, just being worn out, and not having, literally my social battery just worn out. And I did not know how to communicate then when I didn't feel social anymore. And I felt extremely overwhelmed, and I felt the need to protect myself walking through my door, because I didn't know who was going to be there. I didn't know what the energy was going to be like. I didn't know if people are going to want to hang out, because I was in college and it was a Saturday night. I come home from work 8 hours. I'm exhausted. I just want to go to sleep. Are these people going to try to talk to me all night, keep me up? Like, I work again at 8 a.m. But when I come here, I don't feel that way at all. I'm going to start with that. But I do still have this adjustment of being social for however long to the relief of coming home. But I feel indifferent. I can see how I would definitely be like, I'm for sure on a mission when I get home. Like, I'm going to do the things I'm doing, but I'm always ready, excited, and open to like whatever I come into here. Yeah. Because I know if I tell you like, hey, I want to hang out for like a little bit, but I'll probably go to bed in a little bit, it's respected and appreciated. And like, however you feel, you're going to make me feel okay with that. So yeah, that's been it. Personally, it's always hard for me to do those things, like those little boundaries of
establishing them, communicating them,
because it's not what other people are doing. And I do have easy FOMO. Like, I just want to be around everybody, but it, yeah.
Well, like, your FOMO for our conversation is not as intense as like the next day's FOMO of like, fuck, I really missed out on some sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That is true.
So, and like her and I are not, like, we're getting better. We're getting better because shout out Kristen is setting me up with some great night routine and morning routine.
Routine queen
and guidance.
Yes.
Yeah. You're the routine queen. I'm a fucking peon. I cannot. I am not a routine gal. We're working on it.
They keep me alive.
Yeah. Apparently, they're really great for people, but I haven't quite figured it out.
Reach out if you need any advice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else in terms of boundaries. You know, honestly, boundaries would be a really great topic for another time of just being, because I know I've had really difficult times expressing them. But it comes, like, you nailed it multiple times, though. And what you're saying is just like the safety aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, we all feel so safe with each other.
Because even when I don't understand how I'm feeling or my boundary specifically, but I still feel the need to express it, the safety of you guys not understanding is still there. And I don't feel like we always somehow get to the bottom of whatever we're trying to discuss. It's so important to make people feel safe.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. So make your roommates feel safe. And if you don't feel safe
where you live,
don't live with them.
You know.
Moral of the story.
But that would be a privilege, because there's a lot of people in some really shitty situations. And you know, it's definitely like our experience. Oof, we are blessed to have this situation. Honestly, yeah.
And like your home is supposed to be
safe space.
Yeah, just a safe space, comfortable, somewhere you can like wind down from the day after work and get away from the loudness and the chaos of everything else. So I think if you don't have a safe home space, it affects a lot of aspects
it's hard to come home
in your life. Yeah.
So we'll pray for you. Because I know the home situation that I was in before coming in here was not a safe space. It was not safe. It was not comfortable. It was very difficult to exist in. And it was very much like, how can I be out of the house as much as possible? And it's very, because it was with my parents. So it was just like, it was time. So much like how I was in high school, where it was just like, how can I spend the least amount of time in this space? And even it was like that in college too, where I was just like, okay, where else can I live that's like not in this house with these people, because this is not a safe place. Or just like when a fight or something really fucked up happened, and then like the entire energy of the house just takes a really hard turn, and then you're stuck being like, oh, this is like terrible. I also worked at an apartment complex, and so I got a front row view to a lot of really fucked up roommate situations.
Really?
Yeah, like
that must have
people
been
are ruthless.
hot and heavy.
Oh, it was so intense. And it was in a college, like
which
nice,
one?
The Domain. It was like right next to DeGraff. Yeah, like right next to the McDonald's, right next to the Strip. And it was like brand new when I was like a junior, senior in college. But honestly, it was called the Union afterwards. So it was like the Domain.
I feel like I do.
Probably remember it as the Union. But yeah, so I saw like some really fucked up shit go down with freaking like 18-year-olds living together. So yeah, we're definitely super blessed to have the kind of safe space, and just like the fact that this is possible too is just incredible. Yeah. And I think the biggest takeaways will be to have that level of that channel of communication open, like from the start, like exactly how we had it, where it was like, this is what we're looking for. Like what do our days look like? When do we usually wake up? When do we usually go to bed? Like, what are we going to be doing for work? What is our, what is our lifestyle like? What are our pet peeves?
Lifestyle is important.
Honesty.
Lifestyle is the biggest thing. Yeah. Communication, lifestyle, honesty. Yeah. All of that I think was, or like just the recipe or the ingredients.
And relating to your roommates too is like always a plus.
It helps we like all like the same exact thing.
Yeah, we all do have so much in common. It's really weird. Like we're all so uniquely like us, but we do have like the same taste in like clothing, in plants, in mushrooms, in decorations,
food,
like, music, food,
movement, all of it.
Yoga,
exercise,
sexiness.
Yeah, except for men, we're all very different. Like just like the people we're attracted to,
we are
which is
good because honestly, that would be annoying if you guys like thought
guys. They're all different guys. What? Not any of them are the same type of guys.
No, or women.
Oh, man. We'll talk about that another episode.
Wait, yeah, that would be a good topic.
Yeah, it would be cool. But yeah, I mean, I think we hit everything, honestly.
did the thing.
Wait, this one was so fun.
Right?
This was good.
This was really good.
Yay! I'm
Got a
glad you
little
guys
us.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was super good.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be taking note of specific like minutes when things are happening. I'm like, we should clip this. We should clip that. So we should honestly probably all have a notebook moving forward.
I think so too.
Yeah,
cool.
to just be like, all right, we'll clip this moment,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll help us in our editing. We're learning.
What episode is this now? 3?
Technically 3. Kristen said 2 multiple times, but it's okay.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
We can figure that out
Yeah.
after we
Whatever.
do the things. Sweet.
Figure what out.
What episode this is?
I feel like this is 3 because you guys did
Yeah.
that little like mini one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So post them all. Right?
Cool.
I thought it was cute. You guys were
Yeah.
like,
It was
"Where's
cute.
Michaela?"
Little intro.
Yeah, it was like Michaela's on her mountain adventure.
Kayla's not here, but we love her.
Cool.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next time.